That's a great film. Watch it after the show later. Ring in your new year with Roadhouse. I'm here to promote Roadhouse. That's the rest of my set. It's pretty great. They're doing a reboot. Why? Anyway, let's move on. My wife and I went to see a friend's band a few years ago at a music festival, and after their performance, we went to the backstage area. It was just a bunch of trailers, and there were two problems when we were trying to find her trailer. Number one, we were on all the mushrooms in the world. And number two, all the trailers looked the same. So that made it very difficult on multiple levels. And at one point, we think we found her trailer. We're about to walk into the trailer, and our friend reaches for her trailer door and then yells, "Oh shit!" and jumps backwards. And that's when we realize it is not her trailer. It belonged to another musical group. Maybe you've heard of them. They're called the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah. And we're tripping balls, and I was like so stoked. I was like, well, we're still doing this, right? Like, they're like, no, we can't just walk in there, like, especially like how we are, like, we have to go. They were like, let's fucking get out of here. And I was like, no, we're going, they will love me right now. I am in the fifth dimension, right? They're gonna totally, I can feel the universe in my heart. They will love me. And we didn't go in there, and I feel regret to this day. I know, right? Like, yeah, tell my wife. She's here. Everybody boo my wife right now. But yeah. So I regret this to this day, and the only way I find solace in this whole thing is I have decided that somewhere in the universe, in the multiverse, there's another me out there that did walk into the trailer in that universe. And they are now in the Wu-Tang Clan. So somewhere out there, it's Raekwon and RZA and GZA and Ghostface Killah and Doug. And that guy's living the life I want to be living. I forgot the next joke, but I brought my quarterback sleeve. Call it an audible! Let's go with this guy. Here we go. Thank you. One football fan. Got my dumb thing too. Okay. I recently complimented a woman on her pants. I was like, hey, I love your pants. And then she looked me up and down as if to scan me for a compliment. And then she just said, thank you. Fuck you, lady. How easy is it to lie? In her defense, I was only wearing Crocs. Beige Crocs. With Dalton from Roadhouse on. Anyway. Roadhouse. Do you guys remember 2020? You guys remember that? Everybody's just so sad all of a sudden. What a fucked up year. Oh God, it was awful. We'd always just have the COVID death toll in our face. Look at all these dead people. And it's so sad, obviously. But we just kind of put our head in the sand. And I don't want to say that, but like, it just became white noise because we have to keep on trucking and just keep being people and dealing with our own shit in our lives. And, you know, we just dealt with it. And then at one point during 2020, Taco Bell announced that they were taking the Mexican pizza off their menu. And that's when people got upset. They were like, look, people can die. I fucking hate people. They're the worst. Take them off this earth. But low quality beans shot out of a tube onto a steel tortilla, don't take that away from me. Not now. My social media feed blew up. It was crazy. I remember like so many people were so upset about it, you know? My friend Max had this link to an article about it, and then he had this long, heartfelt essay because he had nothing to do at the time. about how much he was gonna miss it. He said it was his go-to for celebrations and breakup, like good times, bad. That was his go-to, you know. And then at the end of the whole thing, he asked, "What was your favorite memory about the Mexican pizza?" And the saddest part, people chimed in. Fucking hundreds of them. It was crazy. There was one guy that was like, "Oh, I used to eat Mexican pizzas after every wrestling match," which is better than before, I guess, you know? That'd be like cheating, just slipping around in your diarrhea. That's awful. That's not cool. Seems like everybody would be affected by it, but even after, like, "Oh, I sure am sore and sweaty. You know what my body could use? 18 layers of chili and beans." There was one woman that was like, "Oh, that I celebrated my med school graduation with a Mexican pizza, which was the saddest thing I've ever heard." It's a weird way to go out. She died of a heart attack riding up. And then it didn't end there. 4 days passed, and my friend Max posts another post of a picture of a Mexican pizza that he made at home. He did research. He took the time. He went through all the stages of grief, landed back on insanity, and was like, "The Mexican pizza doesn't die on my watch." Guys, if there's anything we should learn from Michael Crichton's Jurassic Park, it's don't play God. Just leave some things to be, you know? Can you imagine wanting diarrhea that bad? It's insane.